much for clicking on this video, and I am so happy that you decided to click on my potato face today to look and see what my ideas were. Now, this is a full drugstore face makeup tutorial, and I have some recommendations in there along with the products that I am using so that you have something that is affordable for your school year. It's nothing too crazy, nothing too extravagant, but it is definitely something that you can wear absolutely every single day, and I believe it's quick and easy. It is a little bit longer because I'm showing you multiple different products when I'm like talking here, but I can definitely sit down in my car and do it like 10 minutes. No problem. So it's a really quick and simple look, and just thank you so much for clicking on this video, and this is the video. Okay, so it's been really hard for me to find a drugstore primer that actually mattifies my skin. The only one I found is from No. 7, and you can get this at select Walgreens or Target. And this is the Beautifully Matte Makeup Base. I've tried like Maybelline Baby Skin and other things like that, but I personally haven't found one that I generally like. So I'm going to be using this on basically almost my entire face. Now, while I'm letting that dry, I like to do my eyebrows. There are a ton of eyebrow products out there, especially at the drugstore, and some of my absolute favorite ones that I've had in the past but then lost because I'm prone to losing all of my favorite makeup products are the NYX Micro Pencil. I love that one. It's just like the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. And then also one that came out, that one's around $10, and then one that's a lot less expensive, and it's a little bit thicker, but I absolutely love it, is the e.l.f. Eyebrow Pencil, and they're both a dual-ended pencil. They make my eyebrows look absolutely gorgeous. So I have a couple of ones here that I also enjoy using. The one that I use the most is from Essence, and it's the Eyebrow Designer in black, and it's just a wooden pencil like this. And it's nothing too fancy. I mean, it gets the job done, and it has one of the like brush tops. Another one that I have that I love is the Brow Stylist Sculptor from L'Oreal. It's an eyebrow pencil and fix and finish wax, and I have this one in brunette, dark brunette. So it's a pencil on one side, and then on the other side it's a finishing wax. I personally don't use the wax. I feel like it makes my eyebrows look a little weird, but it also has that brushy tip. Another one that I love is from Maybelline, and this is the Brow Precise by Eye Studio the shaping pencil in deep brown, and this one is a little bit lighter than the colors I typically use in my eyebrows because my eyebrows are relatively black, so I use this one on the front to kind of fade my eyebrows in, and this one actually comes with a spoolie on the other end, which is really great. And then my two eyebrow gels that I recommend from the drugstore, and my number one is from Essence, and it's the Make Me Brow, and this one reminds me a lot of Benefit's Gimme Brow. The size of the wand, it's got little fibers in it. It's amazing. I love this one. And then another one that I have that is okay. It's from Maybelline. It's the Brow Drama in deep brown. I like the gel itself. The only thing I don't like about this is the wand. It's got this big old ball on the end. Like, what are you supposed to do with that? It's about the size of my whole eyebrow, and I have relatively thick eyebrows, so this wouldn't work for people who have really skinny eyebrows. So I'm just going to fill mine in with my Essence Duo here. So I had a full face of makeup on one day, and I had my eyebrows filled in just like this, and my cousin was over, and she was like, I love your makeup, but you didn't fill in your brows, and I was like, oh, you think my brows naturally look like this? Thank you! I look so crazy with this like white film on my face right now. So now for foundation, there are a ton of amazing drugstore foundations out there, and there are a ton of ranging prices. I have 4 here today to show you guys. I'm going to show you from most expensive to least expensive, and then through there, I will tell you my favorite ones. I think the most expensive is probably this one. So this one is a new one, and this one is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I love this one. I also love the Pro Matte. I have it, but it's in my room and I don't feel like getting up. This one is, I love this one. It's gorgeous. It's more of a natural skin finish than a glow, I would say. And that would be perfect for school if you don't want to be completely matte all day at school, especially with that dry air in school. I don't know if it's just me. This one retails for around $13 the most. And it says it's on sale for $7 at Walmart. So if that's the case at your Walmart, definitely go and grab this because that's about half the price of how much it normally costs. So if your Walmart has this on sale for $7, go and get it. You won't regret it. So then the next expensive, but one of my absolute favorites, is from CoverGirl, and this is the Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 Foundation plus Sunscreen, and it's got a primer in it. It has a sunscreen of SPF 20, and it looks like this. My cap is absolutely disgusting. But what I also love about it is it has a pump on it. There's less of a chance of bacteria getting in there because you're pumping it out on your hand instead of going into the bottle yourself or pouring it out in the back of your hand. And I personally love it. They also, if you're colored, they also have this foundation in the Queen collection, and I know that's kind of hard to find, especially in Dallas, but if you go to like over by McKinney Upton Apartments, that Walgreens right over there, that has the Queen collection, and this one is just, I love this one, absolutely, it's amazing. And that one retails for about $11.99 at Ulta, and then it's about $9 at Target and Walmart. So that one isn't as bad as the L'Oreal. The next one I have is also this one's from Maybelline, and this is the Dream Matte Mousse, and I got this in Cocoa Dark, which is the darkest shade, unfortunately. But this one really is a mousse foundation, and I prefer to put this one on with a stippling brush, but I prefer to put it on with a stippling brush like this. So I'll pick it up. This is definitely a foundation that I use, like when I have to do my makeup in the car on the way to school. I'll just grab this foundation and it'll give me like a good light to medium buildable coverage. So I'll just dip it into here and then I'll swirl it in the caps because since it is a mousse, sometimes, like especially if you're in the car, it'll like drip onto your clothes, like the little beads of the mousse will drip onto your clothes. So it's not like, to prevent that, I swirl it into the brush so that it's in the brush when I put it on my face. And this is amazing. This is actually the foundation that I probably used almost every single day at school last year, and I absolutely love it. This one retails for about $8, so it's around $7.50, $8 for this one. And then the least expensive, and also one of my favorites, obviously these are all my favorites, these are my favorite drugstore foundations, is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation for normal to oily skin. And this is in my tan shade in 360, and I'm so happy that they came out with this shade because I have 355, which is what I wear in the winter and normally during the school year, but it's a little too light for me during the summer. And when you go to get this, make sure you get the matte formula or the dewy formula. Do not get the original. The original is literally like Crisco in a bottle. It's not good. That was a foundation. I think that's the first liquid foundation that I ever owned. It never dried down. I looked like an Oompa Loompa because it was so orange. It was terrible. And I'm looking back at my old pictures, and I remember, like, when I first started wearing makeup, my mom was like, you look really orange. But I was like, you just don't want me wearing makeup. You don't know what you're talking about. And I look back at these pictures, and I'm like, what was I wearing? And back in the day, I would just take the old formula and an e.l.f. powder brush, and I would just buff that into my skin. And, I mean, that powder brush put it on flawlessly. Foundation itself looked terrible, but this one is my favorite foundation, and also this is one of the more cool toned out of the other ones. This one definitely runs a bit orange, which, I mean, you can work with it, especially once you highlight and contour and everything. This one comes out perfectly fine, but this is the most cool tone out of all of them, and this one right here. These two, the ones from Maybelline, are the most cool toned, and the CoverGirl one matches my skin perfectly. So those are definitely my biggest recommendations foundation wise, and I think today I'm gonna go in I'm going to go in with this one today. So today I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me, and I'm just going to pour a little bit of this in the back of my hand. The way I like to apply my foundation is I'll take a flat foundation brush like this, and I'll paint it on my face, and then I'll blend it out with a damp beauty blender. And a good alternative to the beauty blender, for a drugstore alternative to the beauty blender, would be the Real Techniques sponge, or even the Ulta sponges, the pack for 2 for $10. Those are also really soft, but I'm just going to use this combination today. And this foundation, my foundation is dripping. This foundation brush is from Eco Tools, and it's just a plain foundation brush. For concealer, I have 3 recommendations. My first recommendation I personally can't use because it is too light for me, but I recommend it for anybody who's lighter than me. And that is the Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline, the eraser for dark circles. This is their darkest shade, and it's in the shade Honey. Now, if Maybelline came out with something just like 2 shades darker than this, I would absolutely love it, but it really is just white on me. But I love the coverage of this. I did try to use this in the past, and I just looked crazy. But I used this on my friends, and it looks amazing on them. So this is definitely a recommendation. Another Maybelline concealer that I absolutely love is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I have this in the shade 30, Cafe, which is their darkest shade. And this one is also almost a little bit too light for me, but this one is a little bit of a different consistency. This one's a little bit more liquidy than that one. That one's a tad bit creamier. This also just comes with a standard doe foot applicator. That one came with a little sponge on the top. And this one on top there, as you can see, it's a little bit of a warmer color. And I love this one. It has great coverage and it blends out beautifully. And then my last recommendation, and this one's for my darker girls, which is like me, and this is the Black Radiance True Complexion Under Eye and Corrector Concealer. This is a dual-ended stick. So on one side, you have a stick concealer, and then on the other side, you have your typical doe foot liquid concealer. And this concealer is a little bit more of a moussey color, and I have moussey formula, and I have this in the color. It doesn't say. It does not say what color this is on it. I have it in this color, and this one I prefer the most out of all of them because this one has more of a golden color to it, and it's darker. It's the darkest one. So that one's definitely the one that I use in the summer. This one is, if you can tell, this one looks more matte than these two. This one's more of a moussey color, moussey formula. And then the stick looks like that. So for today, I'm going to use a combination of the 2 of these. I'm going to use the stick first, and then I'm going to highlight with the Fit Me. To set my under eye, I recommend a couple of ones. One I don't have on me, and that's the Airspun powder. You can get that at a drugstore or at Walmart. If you look for it at Walmart, it's like in the awkward area. It's over by the nail polishes and the airbrush leg foundation. I don't know why, but it's over there. But the one that I personally use the most are the Fit Me powders. And I have the 355 and I have the 360. 355 is what I use during the winter, and 360 is what I use during the summer. But to highlight under my eyes, I'm going to use a combination of the 2 of those. I have 2 recommendations brush-wise to set your under eye concealer. This one is from Makeup Academy, and it's from the professional line. You can get this at CVS, and this is the Contour and Highlight brush. You want to use the tapered highlighting side, especially this just gets right underneath the eye really well, and this one's actually broken. And then another great one is the e.l.f. blush brush, and this comes to a tip there, just like that, if you can see, and it fits right under your eye really well, as really great as well. And I'm going to use my e.l.f. blush brush today. I'm going to use a mixture of 355 and 360. Now to contour my nose just a little bit, I'll use that same bronzer and I'll use an e.l.f. Professional Defining Eye Brush. It's a slanted, fluffy brush, and I'll just dip that in and I'll contour my nose just a little bit. Now for blush, I have a couple of recommendations. One are the e.l.f. blushes. They're absolutely amazing. They came out with these blush quads. I have both the light and the dark quad. I mix and match them because the blushes inside they pop out. But this is the one that I have on me today. This is like a deep, it comes with 3 matte / satin shades and then one with glitter. Obviously the one with glitter I did not like. And these are the ones I have today. Another great blush recommendation are the Milani Baked blushes. Now, if you're a lighter skin tone, like fair to about like an olivey tan, my absolute favorite blush ever is from Milani, and it's a baked blush, and it's in the color Luminoso. Every one of my light friends that I ever put it on, they fall in love with it, and they steal mine, so I always have to go out and buy a new one. But the one that I have here in my hand today is the Rose d'Oro number 2, and this one is more of like a highlighting blush or blush topper for me. This one does have quite a bit of shimmer in it, but it's really pigmented like that. That's what it looks like. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's like a rose goldy kind of color. I love it. And I use this one as a blush topper, but it has a little bit of a glitter in it. So today I think I'm going to use a combination of the two of these. And I'll be using my Real Techniques blush brush to put that on. And I'm going to put on now to highlight my face, I have two options. I'm going to be using, I have two options. I have my Milani Tantastic Face and Body Baked Bronzer. Personally, don't know who the heck is going to use this as a bronzer because it is literally straight up gold. Like, it is literally gold. I don't know who bronzes with gold, but I use this as a highlighter. Another highlighter that I love is from Hard Candy. Now, Hard Candy Tiki has gotten a lot of like hype and everything, and the one that I found that I absolutely love is also from Hard Candy, and it's also a baked bronzer, but it's in the color Heat Wave. Now, mine shattered completely, if you can tell here. But this is the highlighter I used every single day last year. And it's the most natural shade of highlighter, I guess you can say. It's an everyday highlighter, and it's a little bit less of a shimmery highlighter. Do you know what I mean? It's more of like the sun hits it just right, but it's not like a blind you. And so it's that top one there. I wish I could get a better swatch. There we go. It's that top one there. It's a lot less of a shimmer. It reminds me a lot of the Hourglass highlighters, where it's not like shimmer glow. It's more of like a reflective kind of, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it's absolutely gorgeous. But today I'm going to go a little bit on the glowy side, and I'm going to be using a Sonia Kashuk fan brush in the number 129. I'm going to go into the Milani Tantastic, and I'm just going to put that on there. My recommendation for an eyeshadow primer to make sure that your makeup lasts all school day, considering that it is 8 hours of school, is the e.l.f. eyeshadow primer potion, and this is in sheer. All of the name or whatever has wiped off because I got this a long time ago. But it comes with a doe foot applicator, and it's just like that. So it's sheer for lighter skin tones, but for me it has a little bit of a pigment. But that's okay. So I'm just going to use that all over my lid.
Now, another great way you can prime your lid is to use a cream shadow. And Maybelline has some, the color tattoos. Those are amazing. I just prefer to use a cream shadow later. I just don't like
layering colors on top of cream shadows personally. I have two recommendations eyeshadow palette wise. One of them is from Milani, and it's the Milani Everyday Eyes and Earthy Elements eyeshadow collection. I absolutely love this. It comes with the most neutral colors, great for school every day, super buttery. I'm going to swatch these middle three here. They're gorgeous. Those are the middle three here. Now this orangey shade looks a little bit patchy on me. That's just because my skin tone is showing through it. But it honestly is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous shade. This one I absolutely recommend. And then another one that I love is from L'Oreal. It's the La Palettes, and I have the number one, the nude, and it looks just like this. It has awesome everyday colors again. Now I wish they had a couple of shades a little bit darker to show up on my skin tone. I'm just gonna swatch a couple of these. These have matte and shimmer shades in these. None of these have like glittery shades in them, but look at that. Those are absolutely gorgeous. They look like that. All right. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Palette Nude 1 fluffy eyeshadow brush. I'm going to go into this shade right here, and I'm going to fluff that all over my lid to set my primer. And taking a really big fluffy blending brush, I'm going to take a mixture of these two matte shades, and I'm going to just blend that into the crease. Taking a little bit more of like a tapered blending brush, I'm going to take the deepest shade in the palette, which is this one right here. I'm going to be taking the deepest shade of the palette, which is this one right here, and I'm going to put that a little bit closer to the bottom of my crease. On the lid, to make sure my lid color lasts all day, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Color Tattoo 24-Hour Eyeshadow in number 25, Bad to the Bronze, and it looks just like this. Now, you could just use this all over the lid if you want to, and that would be a perfect way to walk out the door and be super quick and simple for school. Now, I personally can't do it with my finger. That's how I typically would use it because I have some long talons on. So you're going to want to use a flat synthetic brush. I have two here, both from BH Cosmetics. One is a little bit longer and one is a little bit shorter. I'm going to use the longer one because I want to do this a little bit quicker. Now to set that and to give it a little bit more of a golden look, I'm going to be taking this gold shade right here, and I'm going to set that right on top of it and blend up the edges of this cream shadow. You could line your eyes for school, but I feel like that's just a little bit too dramatic for an everyday school look, so I'm not going to line my eyes. I do recommend the e.l.f. liquid liners for $1, or even the NYX ones. They're amazing. I learned how to use liquid eyeliner with those, or if you want a pencil eyeliner, the L'Oreal I don't know how to pronounce it. Those are amazing. I don't have a black pencil liner because I don't ever really line my eyes with black. I feel like it closes my eyes off a little bit because I have small eyes. But I have them in a ton of different colors. I have it in this blue color, so I'll just show you the texture of it a little bit. But I'm barely touching my hand. Do you see that? Barely touching my hand there. And it's so pigmented. And if you get to it before it dries, you can blend it out. But then once it's dry, it's on there. So from here, I'm just going to put on some mascara. Now, you could use false lashes. The ones I recommend are the Ardell Demi Wispies. I don't have any on me right now. I feel like I don't have a lot of things on me right now, but that's just because I've used the majority of them. I use Ardell Demi Wispies for everyday looks. I use them for when I put people's makeup for prom. It's just something that's very subtle, especially if you're just now learning how to use lashes. Those are ones I recommend. But I'm just going to put on some mascara, and the two that I'm going to use today are the CoverGirl Supersizer. And then another great one I have here is the Falsies Big Eyes from Maybelline. So now I'm going to show you my go-to nude lip that I wear almost every single day if I don't know what lip color to wear. And it is this combo right here. I use the Rimmel Lasting Finish Thousand Kisses Stay On Lip Contouring Pencil in the shade 41 Coffee Bean. And it's just a brown lip liner, and I'll line my lips with that. Just like that. And then the lipstick I'll put onto it is my absolute, I have to say, 100% my favorite lipstick on the planet is from Milani, and it's from the Matte collection. It's number 69 Matte Beauty. And I'm just going to use that. I'm going to fill in my whole entire lip. L'Oreal Color Rich Balm in number 819 Caramel Comfort. It looks just like this. It's basically almost the exact same color as the lipstick, but in a balm. And I'll use this on days that I don't even have makeup on. I'll just use this on my lips to give myself a little bit of color. And this one smells, no joke, like cotton candy. It smells amazing. But I'll use that, and I'll just put that right on top. Set your face to make sure that it lasts all day long at school and that it doesn't wear off at all and it doesn't get patchy. You need to set it with a setting spray. I have two recommendations. I have one from L'Oreal Paris. This is the Infallible Pro Spray and Set. And this is the Makeup Extender Spray. So this isn't going to stop from transfer or anything like that. It'll just help make your makeup last longer. And this one is a more expensive one, but it has amazing spray. If you can tell, it's really, it disperses it well. That's what I'm looking for. And one that is $3 that I absolutely love is from e.l.f. and it's the Makeup Mist and Set. And this one is almost out, so I don't know if it'll be able to, there you go. So it's another really fine mist. That's what I was looking for, a fine mist. And this one I love so much, especially for face. It looks a little bit cakey. Douse your face in this and the cakiness will be gone. So today I'm going to use the L'Oreal one because I'm almost out of my e.l.f. one. It's my favorite.